And we welcome you back to McKie Field at Hayden Park here on the campus of Miami University in Oxford, Ohio. It is Game 2 of our Sunday doubleheader, Game 3 of the series between the Miami RedHawks and the Central Michigan Chippewas this afternoon here on the Diamond in Oxford. Patrick Geshan with you, riding solo here for Game 2. We are excited to bring it to you. A 5-4 win for the Chippewas in Game 1 of our doubleheader that occurred just about an hour ago. And so Central Michigan has taken the first 2 games of the series so far out of 4. Our opening pitch of the game will be on the outside corner for strike 1 to Mario Camilletti, the second baseman who leads it off for Central Michigan here in the top of the first against the RedHawks starter Luke Leverton, a freshman from Richmond, Indiana. The next pitch is driven to right field off the wall and at the warning track by Camilletti, and he will pull up into second base with a lead-off double here in the top half of the first inning. And Camilletti got a hold of that ball to right field, the wind blowing out towards right, and sent the RedHawk right fielder Woolwine moving back, went off the wall, and Miami gets it in the infield to hold Camilletti to a double to lead us off here in the first inning. Next hitter is Justin Simpson for the Chippewas, the shortstop, who steps into the left-handed batter's box here with a man on second and Camilletti, and nobody out in the top of the first. Luke Leverton again, the starting pitcher here in Game 2 for the RedHawks. The freshman from nearby Richmond, Indiana, showing bunt on the first pitch. Simpson pulls it back. 4-1. So for Luke Leverton, a graduate of Seton Catholic High School, making his 3rd start of the season, or 4th start, I should say, of the year. He's pitched 9 innings, allowing 9 hits, 2 runs, 1 earned, 5 walks, 9 strikeouts. No home runs and an ERA of 1.00 this season for Leverton. Coming off a 6-inning start win against Bowling Green on March 11th was his last appearance. As they pitch outside here to make it 2-0 to Justin Simpson. So the freshman gets the nod here in Game 2 of our doubleheader on Sunday. Again, a man on second base for Central Michigan in the top of the first. It's Camilletti, nobody out. And Simpson here awaits the 2-0 pitch. From the stretch, dealing Leverton up and away. 85-mile-per-hour fastball, and it's 3-0. Game time temperature for Game 2 of our doubleheader, 57 degrees and sunny here at McKie Field. And a softer wind blowing out toward right. We had a much harder wind blowing out toward right field in Game 1 of the doubleheader. 3-0 delivery on the way, showing bunt. Simpson pulls it back for strike 1. Just getting the zone there, lower part of it was Leverton over the middle of the plate with a mid-80s fastball. Again, the RedHawks dropped Game 1 of this doubleheader by a 5-4 score. Chippewas once led 5-0 in that game in the 5th inning, and the RedHawks battled to make it a 1-run game, could not overcome the lead though. A bunt is gotten down by Simpson down the third base line, but it drops foul over the line, moving toward third base. So it's now a 3-2 count as Simpson tried to get the bunt down there. Advance the runner at second, Camilletti up to third in a sack situation potentially with Simpson. Shortstop for the Chippewas here in this Game 2. Junior from Orange, California is Justin Simpson, who bats 135 on the season. 3-2 offering is nailed foul out of play on the third base side. Keep alive 3-2 is Simpson. Okay, crowd for our game this afternoon. Pretty standard for a Miami baseball game. A lot of road fans for Central Michigan traveling here to watch this series. Parents and such. 3-2 on the way from Leverton. Outside for ball 4, missed it. Up and away on a fastball at 85, and I get runners on first and second with the Nobody out. Walk here to Simpson.
Number 44, Jacob Marcy.
And the first two batters that Leverton has pitched to here in the inning have reached base in the top of the first. Jacob Marcy now to the plate for the Chippewas. Right fielder. He's got a couple friends on base. Camilletti's at second. Simpson is at first. So the righty Leverton resets on the mound and will deal the next one here. And that will hit. Never mind, just missed the outside part of the plate on the fastball there to make it 1-0. Could have gone either way. Jacob Marcy will step in here for the 1-0. Sophomore from Allen Park, Michigan is Marcy. Batting .368 on the year in the 3 spot of the lineup here in this game 2. Shows bunt, pulls it back, ball to the backstop. Runners move up without a throw. And now second and third with nobody out in the first inning for Chippewas. Marcy showed bunt, pulled it back. It was an inside fastball. Trouble for the RedHawk catcher, Dalton, back to make the stop. And now for Central Michigan, you get Camilletti at third, Simpson at second, nobody out in his top half of the first inning. The righty Leverton deals a 2-0 that misses up and away, 3-0. And the freshman starter for the RedHawks beginning to have a more rocky start here as we go along. .3-0. In the air, out of play, third base side and foul. We'll get out of play over the J. Hayden Baseball Center down the left field line, so it's now 3-1 the count as Marcy had the green light there on 3-0. On deck for Central Michigan, Drew Lechner, their cleanup man in left field. 3-1 driven in the air, foul territory, third base side. He gets Zapp moving over. He'll make the grab against the track near the Miami bullpen, and there's a foul out, a big out there for the RedHawks as Marcy is retired on the foul out pop up over toward third base.
Now the left fielder, number 4, Drew Lechner.
Drew Lechner is up next for Central Michigan. Again in left field today, the cleanup man bats with 2 men on and 1 out. Camilletti at third, Simpson at second in the Central Michigan top half of the first inning. And his time is called before Lechner steps in. Nice day for baseball, not a cloud in the sky here above McKie Field. Just a little bit of wind. Temperatures in the upper 50s. Lechner shows bunt. He foul tipped the bunt into the glove of the RedHawk catcher, Dalton, back, and so it's an 0-1 count. What was an upstairs fastball there that came off the hand of Leverton. Still runners at second and third for Central Michigan. 0-1 delivery is on the way. It's a Lechner. He will slam this one into center field, sends Brokebot back. That's going to be over his head all the way to the wall. If Camilletti easily scoring, Simpson around from second will score. And a 2 RBI double for Drew Lechner, the cleanup man for Central Michigan. And the Chippewas on the board first, 2-0. They lead it in the top half of the first inning. 2 RBI double for Lechner. What a way to get it started for Central Michigan. 1 away. Lechner, the only guy on now at second base. 2 runs on 2 hits for the Chippewas. Brings up the 5-man Danny Westenfeld, the first baseman for CMU. Pitch on the way. This will be outside. The curveball that misses for a ball thrown there by Leverton. Make it 1-0. Lechner leads off second base. 1-0 pitch on the way from Leverton. He will decide to just step off the rubber here. Very long pause and stare down with Westenfeld, who was there at first base. So another 1-0 on the way as Leverton resets. Popped up out of play behind the plate. Off the inside of the bat there of Westenfeld to make the count. 1 ball and 1 strike. On deck, Robbie Morgan, the center fielder for Central Michigan. One on the way from Leverton. Long stare down at second base, dancing around there along the bag is Lechner. This one lifted in the air to left field, but well playable there, and making the catch, Neibauer. Out and left for the RedHawks in the liner to make 2 outs now here in the first. As Westenfeld retired the line-out more type of hit to left field, only having to move a few steps to his left there was Neibauer for the RedHawks to make the catch, moving inward a little bit too. So the 6th spot is up. Robbie Morgan, the center fielder for Central Michigan. Lechner again still on second base with 2 gone in the first. Delivery on the way. The righty Leverton deals on the inside corner, off speed. Little breaking ball, I think. That's 76 miles per hour for strike 1. Leverton resets on the hill. Will deliver here to Morgan. And he will check back, throw to second. In time in the bag is Lechner, who didn't really have a huge lead off, but Leverton got the idea to throw it back. So an 0-1 pitch is upcoming here to Robbie Morgan, the redshirt freshman from Groveport, Ohio. He's a first-team All-Ohio Capital Conference player in his senior season last year. And Groveport Madison High School takes a pitch there in the outer half to make it 0-2. Fastball that time from Leverton, who was 1 pitch away from ending this eventful first inning of his start. He'll step off the rubber, fake the throw back to second before the 0-2, and getting back to the bag is Lechner. So Leverton taking his time, can resets with a glove. He'll finally throw the 0-2 from the stretch en route to Morgan. Outside, curveball, good stop by back. It was in the dirt, kept it in front of him, keeps Lechner at second. And it's still 2-strike count here to Robbie Morgan. Now 1 ball and 2 strikes. 2 away in the top of the first inning. Chippewas already out to a 2-0 lead thanks to that 2 RBI double by Lechner. Scored Camilletti and Simpson. 1-2 on the way from Leverton. Outside and low, the fastball at 86. 2 balls and 2 strikes. So what does Leverton do here? Does he play around a little bit or go right at him? He's played around these last 2 pitches after it was an 0-2 count. 2 balls and 2 strikes now to Morgan. Here comes the pitch from Leverton. Lechner leading off of second base. Righty deals, low and away at 80 miles per hour. Check swing, not going. Was Morgan said the first base umpire, and now it's a 3-2 count. So tough stuff here for Leverton, who had Morgan at 0-2. Now it's 3-2 here in the first. Pitch on the way, 3-2. Sharp ground ball to the shortstop. Playing it there is Scala. Will go to first for the out. And that will retire the side. Scala picking it up on the second bounce, moving to his left and through the first base to retire the side here in the top of the first inning. However, Drew Lechner, the 2 RBI double, puts Central Michigan up 2-0 as we go to the bottom of the first. That's coming up in just a moment. You're listening to Miami Baseball on Red Hawk Radio. Patrick Geshan back with the inside. McKie Field and Hayden Park here on the campus of Miami University, Oxford, Ohio. Bottom of the first, about to get underway between Central Michigan and Miami in Game 2 of our Sunday doubleheader here from Oxford, Ohio. We'll take a look at the RedHawk lineup here in Game 2. J.J. Woolwine will lead it off in right field for Miami. Benji Brokemont will play center field and hit second. Cole Andrews will be the DH batting third. Steven Krause will be the first baseman in the cleanup spot for the RedHawks. Nick Neibauer will be in left field hitting fifth. William Escala, the shortstop, will bat sixth for Miami. Dalton Back, the catcher, will hit seventh. Brian Zapp will be the third baseman hitting eighth. And Blake Buzzio will be at second base batting ninth for the RedHawks here in Game 2. The RedHawk hitters will face Central Michigan's Garrett Navarra, number 20 in gray, the starting pitcher, a junior from Sterling Heights, Michigan, and a graduate of Stevenson High School. Navarra 5'11", 195. This will be his fifth pitching appearance of the season. All four other appearances have gone 3 innings max this year for Navarra, who comes in with 10 1/3 on the year, 22 hits, 17 runs, all 17 earned, 6 walks, 11 strikeouts, 5 doubles, 3 home runs allowed by Navarra with an ERA this season of 14.81. So he is the lefty who will step onto the hill here for the Chippewas, in the first batter he'll face in the RedHawk lineup. J.J. Woolwine, the right fielder for Miami, who steps in here to get us going in the bottom half of inning number 1. First pitch, a sharp ground ball hit to second base, moving to his right. Camilletti, the throw to first. Inside for the out. Camilletti, nice backhand play, moving toward his right at second base, toward the middle of the field, able to halt his momentum after getting the ball in his glove and throwing over the shoulder to first base for out number 1 of the inning. So the ground out to second to get the inning going for Woolwine, and here's Brokemont, the center fielder, who bats with the bases empty, 1 out in the first. First pitch from Navarra is a bunt on the first base line. Well played, grabbed by Westenfeld, the first baseman, trying to flip back to the pitcher, and Navarra, but beating it up the line was Brokemont, the center fielder, who will reach here with a bunt single with 1 out in the first to get to the base. Kind of a weird one there, was up the first base side. He had Westenfeld, the first baseman, charging in. He was the closest one to the ball, and a little miscommunication there with Navarra, who also was going after it. The pitcher, Navarra, ended up going to first base, but not in time to catch the speedy Brokemont, who's aboard with the bunt single here with 1 out in the first. Brings up Cole Andrews for the RedHawks, the DH. And the first one to him will miss outside to make it 1-0. Cole Andrews, senior from Powell, Ohio, one of the top hitters in Miami's lineup this season. Batting .355. Went 1 for 4, or I beg your pardon, 0 for 4 in Game 1. Oh, I'm sorry, 1 for 4. Looking at the wrong thing here. He's 1 for 4 in Game 1. This pitch was inside to make it 2-0. Brokemont still on first base. 2-0 Chippewas. 1 away in the bottom of the first inning. Two-0 offering is on the way. Slam foul, third base side and out. As Navarra comes at Andrews there with a fastball right over the plate. Danny Hayden at third base coach for the RedHawks, had to jump out of the way. Pretty good leadoff at first for Brokemont. 2-1 on the way here for Cole Andrews. Lefty deals, misses outside of the fastball at 88 to make it 3-1. Navarro was the DH in Game 1 of the doubleheader, the starting pitcher in Game 2 for Central Michigan. Navarro was batting in the cleanup spot as well for the Chippewas in Game 1. Check over to Brokemont at first base, back in time for Miami. In Game 1, Navarro went 0 for 3 at the plate for the Chippewas. A few flyouts to the outfield. 3-1 offering on the way. Swing and a miss. Outer half fastball behind it, and 89 miles per hour was Andrews. So it's 3-2. Again, a 1 out here in this bottom of the first inning. Brokemont leads off first base for the RedHawks. Checking over to first base was Navarra back in time. Brokemont standing up. Wind starting to pick up. Go toward right field, flag blowing in center field a little bit. Probably in the 7 to 10 mile per hour range. 3-2 pitch with the 1 out. On the way, ground ball right to the shortstop. Simpson flips to second, 1. Camilletti the first, and they turn the double play, and the Chippewas get it to end the bottom half of the first inning. As hitting into the DP, Cole Andrews to the shortstop. Simpson to Camilletti to Westenfeld, 6-4-3. The Chippewas go on the DP to end our first inning. 2-0. Central Michigan leads Miami after 1. We go to the second. After this, Miami baseball on Red Hawk Radio. Hayden Shepherdson is the third baseman leading off in this top of the second inning for Central Michigan. We'll see the 7, 8, and 9 hitters due up in the inning for the Chippewas. Back out to face Leverton, who's in his second inning of work for the RedHawks. Opening pitch of the at-bat on the outer half. Strike 1 at 86 miles per hour. To Shepherdson, the third baseman. RedHawk defense playing in their normal positions. Next one, an outer half fastball clips the outside corner at 87 to make it 0-2. Shepherdson, the senior from Round Rock, Texas. Leverton taking his time in the second. Next one outside, similar spot of the fastball there, just a little bit away from the plate at 86. Makes it 1-2. Shepherdson at 286 on the season for Central Michigan. Pretty good average, 10 hits and 35 at bats. 1-2 on the way. This is a hanging curveball line to left field and down for a base hit in front of Neibauer, and to lead off the second inning with another hitter. The Chippewas is Shepherdson, a liner to first for the single.
Designated hitter for the Chips, number 26, Colton Coca.
Colton Coca next up in the 8th spot for the Chippewas. The DH is a pretty bad hanging curveball there by Leverton. Allowed Shepherdson to reach base. Nice piece of hitting to put it into left. So the righty steps in at Coca, who's making his first appearance at the doubleheader this afternoon, with Shepherdson on first base, and Leverton has to deal with more base runners here in the second. First pitch is in on the hands, soft fly ball, right center field, moving in, Brokemont to make the grab. And the result number 1 of the second, staying at first, is Shepherdson for the Chippewas. So the fly out to right center field for Coca brings up Nick Dardis, the catcher.
23, Nick Dardis.
He's also making his first appearance offensively of our doubleheader today. In the 9th spot is Dartis for Central Michigan. Sophomore to Bay City, Michigan. Still got Shepherdson at first base hanging out. And the pitch nails in the left shoulder. Nick Dartis, the first one of the at-bat. Leverton got it with a high fastball that got out of control there. Dartis seems okay, sprinting down the first base side. Runners now at first and second. With a one out here in the second inning. Another unnecessary base runner for Leverton to give up. And Shepherdson now on second, first base as Dartis. And here we go back to the top of the order. Mario Camilletti is up for the Chippewas, who doubled his last time up. So Camilletti steps in, one away. First and second are the runners. More trouble for Leverton here in the second inning. First one is down the middle of the plate. Fastball at 85 for strike one. Wind is shifting now, starting to blow out toward left center field. It's been out toward right all day. Flag now is moving over toward left. Little gust picking up here through the park. 0-1 put in the air, arcing toward left field. Easily playable here for Neibauer. Makes the grab just shy of the track. And will fire back into the infield, so the runners stay at first and second for Central Michigan. 2 away now in the second. On the fly out to left for Camilletti, so that brings up Justin Simpson, the shortstop. Left-handed hitter walked his last time up for CMU.
Shortstop Justin Simpson.
Again, Shepherdson at second. Dartis is at first. 2 away. The pitch comes in from the righty Leverton. Ground ball to the shortstop, and the throw to second on the force play there made by Escala, going to Buzzio for Miami. The ball hit right to Escala, who flips on to Buzzio at second base. Escala a few feet right of the bag to make the out, and so we are through 1.5 from Oxford, Ohio. 2-0. Chippewas still lead it. They strand a few runners on base in the second inning. RedHawks second turn on offense, and we come back in a 2-0 game. This is Miami Baseball on RedHawk Radio.
First baseman, Steven Krause.
Bottom of the second, it's underway from McKie Field. Steven Krause will dig in to lead us off in the inning. He's the cleanup man for Miami in Game 2 this afternoon. 4, 5, and 6 spots are due up in the bottom half of the second for Miami. Back to face Garen Navarro, the lefty on the hill for Central Michigan. First one will miss outside for ball 1 to Steven Krause, who's at first base. Krause, the opener of our doubleheader, also at first. So the 1-0 on the way from the lefty. Deals from the stretch. Ground ball to first base. Handled by Westenfeld on the hop. Steps in the bag for out number 1 of the second. A couple of bounces and it hit the turf right in front of Westenfeld. 3 feet shy of him, made a play as the ball popped up toward his stomach area, kind of held it with his glove against his body, and then made the way over to first base to beat Kraus for out number 1 of the inning. Nick Neibauer now up to the plate, the left fielder for the RedHawks in game 2. Lefty on lefty matchup here, so he'll step in to face Navarro. Opening pitch, the at bat misses the outer half of the plate, making 1-0 on the fastball at 90. Neibauer, the senior, awaits the 1-0. Lifts it in the air, out toward right field, moving back to the track, battling the son, Marcy. With his left hand up, blocking his eyes, makes the catch with his right hand in the glove. Just shot at warning track and the fly ball out toward right field, so Neibauer is retired on that. And that will bring up Escala here for Miami, the shortstop in the 6th hole, with 2 men out in the 2nd. Base is empty in the bottom half of the 2nd inning. And Navarro will deal. This one nailing a play up the right side of the diamond and out for a foul ball. Count is 0-1 to Escala, who had a pretty decent first game for the RedHawks. A few hits in that one. 1 outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. A little bit low that time. The off-speed pitch off the left hand of Navarro. Escala, grad student from Miami, Florida, graduate from the University of Miami with the Hurricanes. Swing and a miss here, make it 2-1. So Escala making his extra year of eligibility at the other Miami in Ohio. 2-1 the count. Navarro will deal here from the stretch. That one misses just outside. On the corner, looking there was Navarro. The fastball in the upper 80s makes it 3-1. That pitch could have gone either way. Never mind, they called it a strike, so it's 2-2. Umpire never really signaled a strike, but I guess he called it a strike late, so now it's 2-2. 2-strike pitch coming to Escala here with 2 men out in the 2nd. Sharp liner. This is in the left center field. That'll be down for a base hit. And Escala's bat strikes again with a great liner and a 2-strike count into center. And Escala aboard here with a 2-out single in inning number 2.
That brings up the RedHawk catcher, number 9, Dalton Back.
Dalton Back, the catcher now, is up. First at bat for him of the day in the 7th spot for Miami. Did not play in game 1 of our doubleheader. Escala aboard with a single for the 2nd Miami hit of the afternoon in this one. So the deal from Navarro for the first pitch is up and away, and makes it 1-0. Wind blowing directly out towards center field. About 10 to 13 miles per hour was the forecast today. This one nailed foul behind the plate into the netting to make it 1-1. The fastball upstairs, a little outside there to Back. Again, still the man at first base hanging out. That's Escala for Miami, who reached on the single in his last at bat. Two away in the bottom of the 2nd. We will play 7 innings in this game, game 2 of our doubleheader. One from Navarro. Ground ball foul left side of third base. Makes it 1-2. Backhander reaching out there for the fastball outer half of the plate. So Navarro waiting here for the sign, will get it, and then deal from the stretch. 1-2 offering. Before that, he'll check over the first. And back in time there is Escala at first base for Miami. 1-2 to back. Up and in, he'll take it, runner goes, thrown to second. Escala is tagged, but the ball came out of the glove of the player tagging him. That was number 5, I believe, in Camilletti, the second baseman. And safe at second with a stolen base for Miami is William Escala. Great take on the up and in pitch there by Back, and then Escala was beat by the throw to second base, but Camilletti, who applied the tag from behind as the second baseman dropped the ball, fell out of his glove as Escala was sliding through, and so Escala is safe at second. He is aboard at second base, only man on right now with 2 outs in the second inning. 2-2 pitches on the way to Back, and that'll miss down and in on the curveball to make it 3-2. So a good chance for the RedHawks to at least cut the lead in half here. With a man in scoring position, 2 outs in a game Miami trails 2-0. So it'll take 1 pitch for Navarre to get out of this inning. 3-2 is on the way to Back. Swing and a miss. Down and in, fastball got him at 90 miles per hour. Back was behind it. And that'll retire the side here in the bottom half of the second inning as the RedHawks will strand Escala at second base to end the frame here in Oxford. We go to the third, still a 2-0 lead for Central Michigan. We're back in a moment. This is Miami Baseball on Red Hawk Radio. Jacob Marcy will lead us off in the top of the third inning, as we'll see the 3, 4, and 5 hitters for Central Michigan due up in his top half of the third. First pitch by Leverton is sky high in the right center field, moving in. Brokemont dropped it, and moving up to second base, Marcy. Well, I don't think anybody called it off for the RedHawks there. You had Brokemont moving in. Woolwine, the right fielder, also coming in to the same spot where the ball was going to land. Brokemont at the last second kind of took over the play, but lost it in the sun and went off his glove to the turf. And Marcy aboard here with a double to lead us off on the error for Central Michigan. So he'll reach second on the error on the play. Guess they'll give the error there to Brokemont, who could not come up with the catch in right center. Next hitter is Lechner, who had the 2 RBI double in his last at bat. Will show a bunt here, get it off, but was behind the plate. So the count moves to 0-1. Just a routine pop-up out toward right center. Brokemont moving to his left. Trying to make that play. Woolwine in the area. I don't think anybody really called the ball off. To the last second, Brokemont tried to come in and save the play, but was too late on that fly ball. Delivery here, runner goes down to third. The throw is not in time. Not nearly in time to get the runner moving from second to third, and Marcy. RedHawks caught off guard. The delivery from Leverton came in. It was a good throw by back to go to third base, but sliding in well ahead of it. It was Marcy who kind of catches Miami off guard there with a steal to third base. So it's a 1-1 to count to Lechner. And a runner on third with nobody out. Lechner ground ball to first. Holding the runner back at third is Kraus, who made the play on the second hop. And will step on first base to retire Lechner, the hitter. To create one out in the inning, and staying at third base is Marcy. So good play there by Kraus, who made the play to stop that ball with his glove on the second hop in the turf, right at first base. Hard hit ground ball. It came off the bat of Lechner, and then took a while to steer Marcy back at third base and tap on the bag for the out. One away in the third. Here is Westenfeld, the first baseman, and the first one here will be low for ball one. So still got Marcy on third. He's the only base runner on, one away in his third inning. Chippewas already lead at 2-0, and again, Marcy reached on that leadoff reach on an error by Brokman. The drop fly ball in right center field, who got to second. Marcy did on the play. Here's a fastball that hits the outer half at 85 to make it 1-1. Westenfeld lined out to left his last time up. One pitch, righty deals in the air, right center field, moving over. The right fielder Woolwide toward the wall will make the catch on the track, but easily tagging and scoring on the play will be Marcy. So a sac fly, and a good one at that by Westenfeld, will make the score 3-0 Central Michigan. On a deep sac fly to right field. Good job by Woolwine to track it down on the track and make the catch, steering into the sun. Right against the wall. Well hit fly ball gets the job done. Marcy comes in to score. 3-0 Chippewas in the top half of the third inning. Next up is Robbie Morgan, the center fielder. The base is empty. 2 outs here in the third. The first pitch is in there for a strike in the outer half from Leverton. He's given up 3 runs on 3 hits in 3 innings to get his start going. Fire a fastball here at 88, just misses the outer half. 1 ball and 1 strike. Leverton pitching here to Robbie Morgan. One pitch is right down Broadway for a strike, 80 miles per hour. 1-2. Looked at by Morgan. Maybe something off speed there from Leverton. Change up potentially. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He was behind it, a little bit under it. The swing and miss strikeout by Morgan will retire the side here in the third, but the RedHawks give up a run. As Marcy reached on an error, and then the sac fly by Westenfeld for Central Michigan to put the Chippewas up 3-0. We go to the bottom of the third from Oxford, Ohio, and this is Miami Baseball on RedHawk Radio. Brian Zapp will lead us off in the bottom of the third inning from McKie Field in a game led by Central Michigan 3-0. RedHawks will see the 8, 9, and 1 spots due up here in this bottom half of the third inning. Lefty Zapp, the third baseman, will dig in. Face the lefty Garrett Navarro back out for his third inning of work. Zapp will get a bunt down up the first base side, and he will reach with a single. It is the second bunt single of the day for Miami. Charging in was the first baseman Westenfeld, who fielded the ball deep in the grass, and not enough time for the pitcher Navarro to move over and cover the bag. As Zapp with his speed, before you knew it, was at first base. Great bunt single there on a hard bunt that went up the first base line. And all Westenfeld could do, all the Central Michigan defense could do, really just sit back and watch it happen. It all happened too fast for them to react. So the next batter here is Buzzio, who also gets a bunt down up the first base side, but this time the pitcher comes off the hill to play it. That's Navarro. He'll flip to first for the out to make one away, moving up to second. On the sac play is Brian Zapp for Miami. So one away in the bottom of the third.
Right fielder, J.J. Woolwine.
And Woolwine will bat for the RedHawks, going back to the top of the order. Woolwine grounded out to second his last time up. One gone man on second here in the inning. In a 3-0 game, pitch there, it's the outside corner, make it 0-1 to Woolwine. Woolwine grounded out to second his last time up. And we get a stoppage here. Time was called somewhere on the field before this 0-1 pitch. So long stare down by Navarro, then our 0-1 on the way. Ground ball right to the shortstop. Simpson will play it, throw to first. That's the out. There's a stretch catch made by Westenfeld to get Woolwine. He's 0 for 2 now on the day. The ground out to short brings up Brokmont here with 2 gone in the third.
Center fielder, Benji Brokmont.
And last time up, Brokmont had a bunt single for the RedHawks. Up that first base side, center fielder, so he's got a man on second. That's Zapp. There are 2 gone here in the bottom half of inning number 3 for Miami. Lefty against righty in this at bat. Navarro, the lefty pitcher, will deal in here. And it will be low and in, kind of hopped away from the catcher Dardis, who will pop out to grab the ball going up the third base line. He'll keep Zapp at second. It is 1-0 to Benji Brokmont. Steer down to second base by Navarro. Looking at Brian Zapp, then will deal an inside fastball that's in for a strike in the corner to Brokmont and make it 1 ball and 1 strike. And Zapp leads off second, kind of an average second base lead, nothing too exciting. Does have speed, but the RedHawks most likely want to keep him on base here. 1-1, chopped off the plate up the first base side. Westenfeld charges and then makes the tag on Brokmont. Never mind, they say safe. And the Chippewas threw the ball away, so scoring on the play is Zapp. Moving up to second is Brokmont. And now it's a 3-1 game. What just happened? So the first base umpire made a very late safe call. The bunt went toward first base. Or no, the hit went off the plate and went up toward the first base line. You had Westenfeld play it about halfway between home plate and first base, right on the line. He made the tag on Brokmont. Brokmont went well on the baseline to try to get to first base. The tag was or was not applied. According to the first base umpire, the tag was not applied, and Brokmont got around it and went to first base, and the umpire there called him safe. It was a very late safe call, and then you had the Chippewas thinking that the ball, so they call him safe. Yeah, the Chippewas thinking that the inning was over because I thought they tagged Brokemont for sure. And so all the Chippewas started coming off the field. The first baseman, Westenfeld, threw the ball back to the mound thinking we were in between innings. Then the safe call came after he released the ball, and that allowed the runner to come over and score and zap from second base. The argument from Central Michigan, you probably hear, is that the runner was on the baseline of Brokemont, which he was. It's a very valid argument. He was well out of the baseline to get away from the tag there from Westenfeld, but they rule safe after an umpire conference. And so it's now a 3-1 game in favor of Central Michigan, with Brokemont now on second base with 2 outs here in the bottom of the third. And Andrews at the plate for Miami. Central Michigan bench still chirping at the umpires, or their parents and fans. So again, 2 outs and a runner on second base. And that's Brokemont here for Miami. They're bottom of the third, in which it's now a 3-1 game as Navarro fakes a throw back to second and steps off the rubber. So the ball was hit off the plate by Brokemont and up the first base side. Westenfeld got the ball between home plate and first base. He made the tag on Brokemont as he was running up the first base side, or did not make the tag, I should say, because the umpire ruled him safe. As Brokemont escaped the tag, moving well out of the baseline up the first base side, got to first base. And then the safe call was given after the Chippewas released the ball back to the mound, thinking the inning was over, and that allowed Zap to score from second base for the RedHawks. So 0-1 is the count as Andrews fouls the first one off down the first base side. There's 2 outs here in the third. And the righty Navarro will deal the next one, but before that, time is called. And the Chippewas' main argument as to why Brokemont was called safe, so I guess the tag was not made by Westenfeld. I thought it was from my vantage point behind the plate, but I guess it wasn't. Was that Brokemont went out of the baseline, which he did a good 2 or 3 feet to get away from Westenfeld's tag at the first base side. This one in the dirt, gets away from the catcher. Dardis throws to third as Brokemont moving down there, and he'll be safe. At third base, bobbling the throw was the third baseman in Shepherdson. So reaching third base safely is Brokemont. And then you got him on third base here with 2 outs in the inning. 1-1 pitch on the way to Andrews. So a run that could make it a 1-run game and a 3-1 lead for Central Michigan is 90 feet away for the RedHawks. 1-1 delivery to Andrews. Is a ground ball that's foul. Makes a 1-2 on the left side of the field. On deck for Miami is Steven Krause, who grounded out to first his last time up. Big gust of wind comes through the field right now. 1-2 pitch on the way. Righty deals, low and away, 2-2. Andrews that time taking a low breaking ball, I believe, in the upper 70s there that came from Navarro. So Brokemont here still awaiting at third base. Now a 2-2 on the way to Andrews. It misses outside, 3-2. Soft pitch outside there, came off the hand of Garrett Navarro. A little breaking ball away from the plate, makes it a full count here on Andrews. 3-2 with 2 gone in the third. Navarro's pitch, line right field, sends the right fielder Marcy moving back in the track. He'll make the catch over the shoulder to bring it in for out number 3. A huge catch there by Marcy. Back to the track for Central Michigan, and they get out of a third inning
The RedHawks.
An eventful one for sure. And we stay at a 3-1 score here after 3 from Oxford, Ohio. The RedHawks do add a run, but strand a runner at third base in the bottom of the third. 2 in the fourth when we come back to McKie Field. 3-1 lead for the Chippewas, and this is Miami Baseball on Red Hawk Radio.
On first baseman, Hayden, number 30.
Luke Leverton back out for inning number 4 of work for Miami here to start us out. It is a ground ball to shortstop, and playing over to first base for the out. On the routine play is Escala to retire out number 1 here of our 4th inning. Is to the plate there for Central Michigan to lead it off was Hayden Shepardson. Shepardson grounds out, jumping on the first pitch to shortstop. Colton Coca is up next for the Chippewas. Float to right center, his last time up in the 8-hole for Central Michigan in game 2. First pitch right down Broadway, looked at for strike 1 off the right hand of Leverton. 3-1 game led by Central Michigan as we start the 4th. Next one from Leverton misses outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. Base is empty, 1 out in the top of the 4th inning. Wind slowly blowing out toward right field. It's kind of shifted around in terms of its direction as we've gone throughout the game. Pitch there in the outer half to make it 1-2. The count to Colton Coca. Next one on the way, down and away. Makes it 2 balls and 2 strikes to Coca. Trying to go off speed there was Leverton. Coca, sophomore from Racine, Wisconsin. 2-2 offering. It is a slow pitch that just misses the outer half, a little bit upstairs as well. I think that was a changeup that time from Leverton, a very slow one too. And the count is 3 balls and 2 strikes. 3-2 on the way. Outside, misses for ball 4, fastball at 86. And the walk will send to first base Colton Coca here for Central Michigan. As Nick Dardis in the 9th spot will come up next for the Chippewas. So Coca aboard with a 1-out walk here in the 4th. And it's Dardis the catcher up now, then Camilletti, and back to the top of the order, due up for CMU. Check over to the bag at first, Coca back in time after Leverton decides to throw it over. Taking his time, Leverton will deal here to Dardis. And that one will hit the outside corner, 79 on the changeup to make it 0-1. Dardis 200 hitter this season. Making his 6th start of the year for Central Michigan. Today it's at the catcher position. Little check over back to first base. Back in time is Colton Koka for the Chippewas. Long pauses between pitches here for Leverton. A 1 pitch on the way. That will miss outside, make it 1 ball and 1 strike. 85 on the gun that time from Leverton, who again seems really concerned at first base with the runner there for CMU. That's Colton Koka. Koka this season just 1 stolen base. Swing and a miss. Makes it 1-2. Fastball there, upper part of the plate. And behind it was Dardis. 1 ball, 2 strike count, as Leverton would have a big strike here to get the 2nd out of the inning if he can get it over the plate or past Nick Dardis. 1-2. In the air toward right field, moving over as Woolwine will make the catch in deep right field. Moving back to first base, Koka on the liner there by Dardis for 2 gone here in the 4th. So the fly out to right. Therefore, Nick Dardis brings up the top of the order, 3rd time through the Central Michigan order this afternoon. Mario Camilletti, the 2nd baseman, is due up, or is up now. A double and fly out to left in the first 2 at-bats of the day in this game, too, for Camilletti. First pitch is up and away, ball 1, it's 1-0. Again, a 3-1 lead for Central Michigan over Miami here in the top of the 4th inning. RedHawks have 4 hits to the Chippewas 3, each team with an error so far in the game as well. Stepping off the rubber is Leverton before the 1-0. RedHawks with a little bit of a shift here, mid at bat. Going to put the shortstop Escala into left field. The left fielder Neibauer moves over toward left center. Brokman is in right center, and the regular right fielder Woolwine playing closer to the foul line in right field. So 4 outfielders now for the RedHawks and 3 infielders. The 1-0 is inside to make it 2-0. To the batter Camilletti with a man on first base. That's Koka here with 2 outs in the 4th. So again, 4 outfielders for the RedHawks. 3 infielders that are at 3rd base, 2nd base, and 1st base. 2-0 delivery is nailed foul to play on the 3rd base side there by Camilletti. Makes it 2-1. Two outs here in this top of the 4th inning. Koka leads off first. Long steer down by Leverton. He'll deal outside. 3 balls and 1 strike now to Camilletti. Change up at 83 that time from Leverton. There's a lefty up in the RedHawk bullpen. I can't see who it is, but it is a lefty. Three-1 on the way. Right-handed pitcher will throw in Leverton to Camilletti, but never mind. Before that, another check to first. Koka back in time. Not the biggest leadoffs either for Koka, who again I mentioned has stolen just 1 base all year. That came a couple weekends ago at North Carolina A&T. 3-1. Inside, misses for ball 4. Just missed the inner half of the plate on the fastball by Leverton. And moving down to first in the walk for Central Michigan will go Camilletti.
Justin Simpson.
I'll bring up Simpson here for the Chippewas. 2 men out at the top of the 4th inning. Runners on first and second. We have Coca now on second, Camilletti at first base. And Simpson, the shortstop, lefty, deals in here, the number 2 hitter on the lineup this afternoon for Central Michigan. First pitch is a strike on the outer half there. Fastball from Leverton. Looked at for the 0-1 count. One on the way. Over the plate for a strike, inner half. 0-2. Count here to the left-handed hitter. And Simpson, runners again at first and second. Coca, Camilletti. 0-2 gone. 0-2 pitch on the way. Outside, just misses the corner. The fastball a little bit upstairs, too, at 83. There from Leverton, the pitcher, so it's now a 1-2 count here to Simpson. Healthy leadoffs for both the runners. Coke at second, Camilletti at first. Pitch comes in here from Leverton. 1-2 on the way. Curveball, check swing inside, and holding back was Simpson. Did not go around. 2-2. And hanging curveball there in the inner half of the plate by Leverton, and Simpson decided not to go around. After thinking hard about it, for sure. 2-2 is on the way with 2 outs in the fourth. Outside, 3-2. Fastball there at 86. So now you really got to have a pitch over the plate for Luke Leverton. First and second, 2 outs, 3-1 Chippewa lead in the top of the fourth. 3-2 on the way to Justin Simpson. Leverton deals. That'll be in there for strike 3. Inside corner fastball at 85. And a huge pitch there for Leverton, who is emotionally happy as he walks back to the dugout to end a long fourth inning for the RedHawks. Chippewas unable to put any runs across. And it stays 3-1 through 3.5 here from McKie Field. Going to the bottom of the third when we come back. In a 3-1 game led by Central Michigan. Bottom of the fourth, I should say. RedHawks will bat. When we come back, this is Miami Baseball on RedHawk Radio. Bottom of the fourth, about to get underway from McKie Field at Hayden Park. 3-1 lead for the Chippewas from Central Michigan. Over the Miami RedHawks, Patrick Geshan back with you inside McKie Field at Hayden Park. Beautiful complex here at Miami University in Oxford, Ohio. RedHawks sent to the plate to start us out in the bottom of the fourth inning. Their cleanup man, Steven Krause, the first baseman, to face Garrett Navarro back out for his fourth inning of work on the start. And Navarro's first dealing to the right-handed Kraus will be away for ball one, the curveball at 77 miles per hour. Ground out to first, last time up for Kraus. We'll see the 4, 5, and 6 spots here in the fourth inning for Miami on offense. 1-0 delivery. Inner half fastball driven to deep left field. Moving back is Lechner. And he bobbles the ball on the track against the wall. Can't come up with a catch. Going to second base with a double to lead off the fourth inning for Miami is Steven Kraus. Very hard hit fly ball out toward the scoreboard in left field, a 376 sign. Good effort made by Lechner to move his way back toward the wall, but bobbled the ball in the sun and went off his glove and then hit the turf. Right there against the wall at the warning track, and allowed Kraus to move his way to second base. And they lead off double here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Brings up Nick Neibauer and flew out to right his last time up. Left fielder steps in here with nobody out in the inning. Stepping off second base with the leadoff is Kraus. He'll be chased back to the bag as the pitcher Navarro stares him back before the opening pitch of the at-bat here to Neibauer. Flew out to right his last time up. Delivery on the way. That will miss outside, making 1-0. So that's the fourth Red Hawk hit of the day. Never mind, they just ruled that an error. They changed it. It is an error on the left fielder Lechner for Central Michigan. That last play on the hit out toward left field by the Red Hawk, Steven Kraus. Bunt brought down here by Neibauer, goes right in front of the plate. The catcher steps out and makes the throw to first. That was Dardis to Westenfeld as they retire Neibauer, but the sac bunt will put Kraus over on third base here with one out in the inning. So Kraus waiting there at third base. And a sac situation is coming up as Escala, the shortstop here. It's the standard bunt right in front of the plate for Miami. As Neibauer put it right in front of the dish, and then grabbing it was the catcher. Dardis fired to first. Westenfeld squeezing for the out as Kraus went from second to third on the play. So the pitch here will hit the inside corner for strike one to Escala. The shortstop who's 1 for 1 today with a single, his first time up. Runner at third, one out. This is nailed back to the screen on the 1-0. Makes it 1 ball and 1 strike to Escala. Pitch on the way here. With a runner at third and Kraus. Check swing. Did he go? They say yes. They want to appeal to the first base umpire who won't take it, and there's a strikeout. And it's going down there for the Red Hawks is Escala with a K. It was a low and away pitch, bounce in the dirt, a curveball there. That Dardis did a great job of stopping the Central Michigan catcher, and the check swing strike to strike out Escala. Outside pitch here to Dalton back of Miami, the next hitter. There are 2 outs in the bottom of the fourth inning, so that strikeout takes away the sac situation as Kraus still hanging out on third base for the Red Hawks. And Navarro, the lefty, will deal. Outside to make it 2-0. Something off speed there at 79, it missed. 3-1 Central Michigan. 2-0 is on the way. Lefty deals high, 3-0 to Dalton back. Fastball that time in the middle 80s from Navarro. So a 3-0 is on the way here from Navarre. The lefty will deal to the RedHawks. Dalton back. They give him the green light with a man on third. They do not. It's looked at right over the plate for a strike, make it 3-1. Fastball at 89. So Navarre barely got a piece of that one there. The corner, piece of the corner I mean. So it's 3-1. Here comes the next pitch to back with Krause on third base. Blown away for ball 4. Fastball there at 91. And it missed. So back runs his way up toward first base. Runners on the corners here with 2 outs in the 4th, and Zapp is at the plate for Miami. He had a bunt single his last time up. Third baseman in the 8th spot steps in here. Runners on the corners, 2 men out in the 4th. No action right now in the Central bullpen. Pitch on the way, lefty deals down and in. Navarre there on Brian Zapp, make it 1-0. So you get Krause on third, back on first, and now we get a meeting at the mound here for the Chippewas. To talk over a little strategy here before this could really get out of hand with a tying run now on base for Miami at first. And Dalton back, Krause at third, so they're on the corners again with 2 outs here in this inning. And the go-ahead run at the plate for Miami and Brian Zapp. It's a short meeting at the mound here to check over on strategy, whatever. Navarre is going to stay out there for the Chippewas. Kieran Navarre in the outing for Central Michigan. He's given up a run, 4 hits, and an error on 3 2/3. 1-0 pitch to Zapp. Runners on the corners with 2 men out. Lefty deals. Slice foul to play behind the plate. Fastball inner half at 91 that time from Navarre. Evens the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Check over to first, back in time there. Is Dalton back? Central Michigan maybe a little bit afraid of the old steel play with the runners on the corners. Navarre quickly back to being set. Will deal to the lefty here in Zapp. Swing and a miss, hanging curveball that Zapp swung under. It's 78, beautiful off-speed stuff from Navarre. Makes it 1-2. I think Zapp there was looking for a fastball. He got exactly the opposite, well ahead of the swing on that pitch. So now 1-2, big one here for Navarre. Gets himself out of the inning with another strike. 1-2 on the way. Swing and a miss. Another curveball at 79. Zapp was ahead of it, and the RedHawks ran runners on the corners in the 4th. Down 3-1 to Central Michigan. A huge strikeout for Navarre to end the inning as Brian Zapp goes down, and he's now 1 for 2 on the afternoon. We're going to the 5th at McKie Field. It is a 3-1 Central Michigan lead. Back in a moment. This is Miami Baseball on Red Hawk Radio. New pitcher on the hill for Miami as we get going here in the top of the 5th inning. The day is done for the starter in Luke Leverton, and so the RedHawks threw out a reliever in Brady McLean, number 33 in red, 6'2" sophomore from Littleton, Colorado, who will take over the pitching duties here in the top of the 5th inning from McKie Field. Patrick Geshan back with you, so glad you're with us on this Sunday afternoon. We appreciate it. Game 2 of our doubleheader today, 3-1 lead for the Chippewas of Central Michigan over the RedHawks. Jacob Marcy in the 3 spot for the Chippewas will bat to get us going here in the 5th. And the first offering to him will hit the inside half of the plate. A fastball at 87 from McLean, looked at for strike 1. Brady McLean making his 6th appearance of the year as he'll fire this one in for a ball inside, a curveball that kind of got away and almost hit Marcy, makes it 1-1. 7 1/3 this season for McLean. 10 hits, 7 runs, 6 of them earned, 2 walks, 7 strikeouts. ERA of 7.36. Last appearance for McLean came on March 13th against Bowling Green. Pitched 2 innings in a RedHawk win, allowing a hit. Pitch is down low. 2-1. 91-mile-per-hour fastball that time from McLean. Jacob Marcy today is fouled out toward third base and reached on an error in the game so far. Lefty deals in McLean, a little low again, 3-1. 86 on the gun that time from McLean. Marcy, the sophomore from Allen Park, Michigan. Lefty against lefty in this at-bat, 3-1 offering. Showing bunt and pulling it back. The ball outside for ball 4. Marcy's going to walk to lead off the Central Michigan offensive half of the 5th.
At-bat number 4, Drew Lechner.
So that brings up Drew Lechner in the 4 spot. 2 RBI double today for Lechner, and also a ground out to first. So nobody out, runner on first base here in our inning, and that is Marcy. Pitchers inside to make it 1-0. Fastball from McLean, and the fastball so far has been a little bit off in the very early goings of his outing in terms of command, it appears. Lechner, another lefty, digs in. It's why they put McLean, the lefty, in at this part of the game. So many lefties in the middle of the Central lineup. Ground ball to shortstop, handled there by Escala, taps in the bag himself, and will throw to first to turn the double play. Great defense there by Escala, who goes 6-3 for the DP. Picked up that ground ball just to the left of second base, tapped on the bag, threw across the infield. The catch was made by Kraus, and grounding into the double play is Lechner to retire himself. And Marcy on the base pass, already 2 outs here in this top of the 5th inning. McLean, the lefty, deals to the number 5 hitter in the lineup, Westenfeld. First pitch misses outside for ball 1 on the fastball there. Danny Westenfeld, a sac fly his last time up, also lined out to left field in this game. Pitch on the way, chopper ground ball through the middle. That'll go in for a base hit. Up the middle of the infield and aboard to win the 2-out single is a Westenfeld here in the 5th.
Number 3,
Robbie Morgan next to the plate for Central Michigan, the center fielder. Struck out his last time up as a man on first base. That's Westenfeld here with 2 outs. In the 5th, pitch here will miss the outside part of the plate off the hand there of McLean to make it 1-0. Westenfeld leads off first base. Robbie Morgan's 1-0 is chopped foul. Out of play on the third base side to make it 1 ball and 1 strike. One offering on the way with 2 men out. Outside, 2-1. Something off speed that time from McLean at 77 miles per hour. It's going to be a big shutdown inning here for Miami's defense, keeping a 2-run game going into the bottom of the 5th in the 7-inning doubleheader game 2. Another one misses low at 85 from McLean. Slider, 3-1. Still got Westenfeld on first, 2 men out here in this top half of the 5th. Chippewas lead it by 2 runs. The pitch hits the outer half. Fastball there makes it a full count, and it got past Central Michigan's hitter and Robbie Morgan. So another 3-2 is on the way here. The lefty will deal in McLean. Swing and a miss, breaking ball, and out in front of that one was Morgan for the strikeout, out number 3 of the inning. And Robbie Morgan, a multiple strikeout day for Central Michigan. Good job by McLean to work himself out of that mini jam. We are done with 4.5 here in Oxford, going to the bottom of the 5th. Stays a 3-1 game in favor of Central Michigan. And we're back in a moment. This is Miami Baseball on Red Hawk Radio. Second baseman digs in for Miami to get us going here in the bottom half of inning number 5. That's Blake Buzzio, number 36 in red today for Miami. It'll be the 9-1-2 spots due up for the RedHawks here in the bottom of the 5th. Opening pitch of the inning by Garrett Navarro misses up and away for ball 1. Garrett Navarro back out there for inning number 5 of work on his start. Central Michigan still with nobody up in the bullpen right now. 1-0 pitch on the way. This is popped out of play behind the plate. Makes it 1 ball and 1 strike. Base is empty, nobody out. Leading off the inning here is Buzzio for Miami. Pitch on the way. This is low. 2-1, little check swing. Buzzio definitely did not go. First base umpire echoes that. 2-1, here's the count. As staring in is Navarro for the next one here from Central Michigan. Pitch misses outside. 3-1. It was a fastball that time from Navarro that missed away. 3-1 pitch is on the way. And that will miss outside for ball 4, just away at 89 miles per hour. I think Navarro's going for a fastball that time. Walks the leadoff man Buzzio here in the bottom of the 5th.
J.J. Woolwine.
And you get Woolwine out the plate here for Miami. 0 for 2 on the day is Woolwine. So leading off first base aboard is Buzzio. Woolwine here will await the first pitch of the at-bat from Navarro. He'll show bunt, get it down, but it's lined behind the plate. Off the top of the outstretched bat. 0-1 is the count. Here in the bottom of the fifth inning, Central Michigan leads at 3-1 over Miami. Chippewas took game one of our doubleheader 5-4 earlier on today. Lefty Navarro will deal the 0-1. And this is a foul ball line out of play on the first base side to make it 0-2. A lot of people showing up for this game two of the doubleheader. The sun is out, a little bit warmer outside. A lot of community members showing up to this game, bringing their lawn chairs, etc. 0-2 on the way, and they'll check over. Never mind. Navarro instead moving to check over to first instead of throwing a pitch down the plate. So back in time there is Buzzio. And the 0-2 now, awaiting that, is Woolwine for Miami. Outside 1-2. Time just a fastball away from the plate by Navarro. Another 1-2 coming here. So Woolwine, Navarro will check to first. Back in time, standing up is Buzzio. Blake Buzzio, the freshman from Stowe, Ohio, on first base. This season has stolen one base. Came against Ryder in that home series on the Sunday game. In on the hands, this one popped out of play. On the first base side there, off the bat of J.J. Woolwine for the RedHawks. Count stays in 1-2. Woolwine redshirt sophomore to Fishers, Indiana, suburban Indianapolis. 1-2 on the way from Navarro. Swing and a miss. Fastball well outside at 84, and he got Woolwine to chase. Big out there for Navarro. We'll bring up Benji Brokman, the center fielder, still the man at first base for Miami, and Buzzio with one away here in the inning. So lefty Navarro will deal back to first base before the opening pitch of the at-bat to Brokemont. Check over again on Buzzio, who for whatever reason the scouting report says for Central Michigan is a huge steal threat. Even though he's only stolen one base in the whole season. Check swing here, misses away. Check swing did not go according to the first base umpire from Benji Brokemont as the pitch was down and in. Down and away, I should say. Little curveball action there from Navarro did not get Brokemont to chase on the check swing. So the 1-0 delivery on the way. In on the hands, fouled back behind the plate. Little fastball that cut across at 90 miles per hour, makes it 1 ball and 1 strike. Buzzio at first, one out here in the bottom of the fifth inning. 3-1 Chippewas over the RedHawks. Game two of our Sunday doubleheader. 1-1 pitch is away. 2-1. Fastball at 91, the missed outside from Navarro. Two-1. There's a strike, nails the outside part of the plate. 2-2. 90 mile per hour fastball from Navarro. Brooklyn watched it go by. Would have been a great pitch to swing at based on its location, but it was in the zone. Wonderful placement from Navarro. 2-2 on the way to Brooklyn, the two-hitter in the RedHawk lineup today. That'll miss down and away. Almost the same spot. That time called a ball by the umpire. 3-2. Still at first base is Buzzio. 3-2 offering comes here to Brooklyn. Never mind, check over to first. And back in time goes Buzzio to the bag. Slow pace here in the inning for Navarro. Ready to fire off a full count payoff to Brooklyn. Here it is, runner goes, ground ball, first base, handled there by Westenfeld. He'll step on the bag for the out. That's all they're gonna get though, is moving to second base is Buzzio on the hit and run. So Buzzio executes the hit and run well from his standpoint, making it to second base. And Brooklyn got a hold of that, nice ground ball over toward first base. That brings us to 2 men out here in the bottom of the 5th. RedHawks do get a man in scoring position as Brooklyn moves the runner to second in Buzzio during the play. And you got Cole Andrews at the plate now for Miami with 2 out. Flew out to right field his last time up. Pitch on the way, that'll be over the plate for a strike, make it 0-1. Off speed from Navarro at 79, little breaking ball action there. 0-1 is the count here to Cole Andrews. Navarro stretches out and deals. Outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. Fastball there in the lower 90s from Andrews, just way outside of the plate. Even positions at every defensive place for Central Michigan. Nothing crazy happening in terms of their defensive formation. 1-1 pitch. Nailed back to the screen, 1-2. 2 men gone here in this bottom of the 5th inning. Man on second base in Buzzio for the RedHawks to trail Central Michigan 3-1. Chippewas trying to come into Watford, take the first 3 games in this 4-game series this afternoon. One-two pitch on the way. Line to the shortstop on the ground, and play is made by Simpson. The long throw to get the out at first base as Westenfeld held on to it. Simpson moving to his right, got the sharply hit ground ball in his glove at the edge of the grass, fired over to first to retire the side, and the RedHawks again come up short with runners on base. The RedHawks have now left 4 runners on base this afternoon through 5 in Oxford. Going to the 6th in the 7-inning game 2 of our doubleheader. 3-1 Central Michigan over Miami, and this is Miami Baseball on RedHawk Radio. Hayden Shepardson will step into the box for Central Michigan as we get started here in our top half of the 6th inning. Patrick Geshan back with you from McKie Field at Hayden Park here in Oxford, Ohio. 3-1 lead for the Chippewas over the Miami RedHawks. Brady McLean back out for another inning of work in his relief stint for Miami. And the pitch will hit the outside corner for strike one to Hayden Shepardson, who is 1 for 2, a single and ground out to shortstop in the game this afternoon for the Chippewas. It'll be the 7, 8, and 9 spots to bat here in the 6th for Central Michigan. Another outer half fastball is in there for strike two by McLean at 87 miles per hour. So the 0-2 is on the way from McLean, looking for a quick start to the inning. Over the plate, lifted in the air to center field, easily playable for Brokman, moving to his left. And he gets under it to make the catch for round number 1 of the 6th. Well played there by Brokman, the routine fly ball to center. And here's Colton Kolka, who has walked and flown out to right center in game 2 here. First delivery by McLean, misses a bit low, 1-0 on the fastball at 85. Actually, that would be his changeup. McLean's fastball in the lower 90s today. 1-0. Inside corner, another changeup at 85, 1 ball and 1 strike. Still a beautiful sunny day here at McKie Field. Temperature hovering right around 60 degrees. A lower half fastball that's over the plate, 1-2, and hits there. McLean with a great position on that pitch as Kolka watches it go by. So a 1-2 count here with 1 out in the inning. Pitch on the way, ground ball off the mound, picked up on the hop by the second baseman, Buzzio, and the throw to first in time for the out. Great play there by Buzzio. A ball right up the middle, took a deflection off the rubber. Buzzio moving over to his right, able to make the play on the hop with his glove. Up against the turf and then fired over to first base for the out. 2 away in the inning. And it is Dardis now at the plate with nobody on and 2 out in this top half of the 6th. Number 9 hitter for Central Michigan today. Pitch on the way, hits the inside corner for a strike, 0-1. Came from McLean. RedHawks have nobody up in their bullpen right now. Oh, 1. This is outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. Another fastball that time from McLean. Central Michigan has a righty up in their pen. Who is, oh, they're throwing a football, beg your pardon. They're not warming up legitimately. Pitch here's high to make it 2-1. So a right-handed player in their bullpen down the right field line, kind of hard for me to see from my vantage point. And when I saw them throw, it was a football. It came out of their arm, not a baseball. So probably not warming up legitimately. 2-1 on the way to Dardis. Chopped ground ball to the shortstop. Escala charges in, makes the off-balance throw from the edge of the grass in time for the out. And the side retired in order here in the top of the 6th for Miami. Going to the bottom of the 6th, 3-1 Central Michigan over the RedHawks, who win the lead. And this is Miami Baseball on Red Hawk Radio. 4, 5, and 6 spots are due up here in this bottom of the 6th inning for Miami in a 3-1 game led by Central Michigan. Geshan back with you from McKie Field. So glad you're spending a part of your Sunday afternoon with us. We appreciate it. Steven Krause will bat for Miami to lead us off in the 6th inning. In a game, Miami trails 3-1. And the first offering he sees is swung on and missed on the outer half for strike one. The fastball from Garrett Navarra, who, like I mentioned, is still out there for his 6th inning of work on the start for the Chippewas. Been an effective start, too. 0-1 delivery. Ground ball, chopper to third base, played by Shepherdson. He will fire across the diamond from third base for the out on the routine chopper ground ball to retire Krause, who is now 1 for 3 on the day. Will bring up the 5 spot here in Neibauer.
Next to bat, number 12, Nick Neibauer.
Mentioned in the last inning, there is a Chippewa warming up in the bullpen with a football. There's now a legitimate pitcher warming up with a baseball in this inning. Looks like a lefty is up for Central Michigan. Left-handed hitter Neibauer steps in. He's 0 for 2 today. Sack bunt last time up. Take a strike over the plate. 0-1 on the curveball, that time at 76 from Navarra. Bases empty, 1 out here in the 6th. Lefty against lefty in this at bat. Navarra deals, swing and a miss. 0-2, down and in curveball at 76. The whiff and miss there by Neibauer. Makes it 0-2. One out in the inning. Strike 3. Rung up is Neibauer. Beautiful curveball on the outside corner by Navarra. Hit the outer black for the K. And here comes Escala, who struck out his last time up, the shortstop. I mean, that could have been any more perfect from Navarra. Dropping curveball that went into the outer part of the zone. Hard to access pitch to the left-handed Neibauer. Swing and a miss on the first one to Escala to make it 0-1. Just dropped right in there on the outside corner to Neibauer. He could not really react to it. 0-1 on the way. Navarra with a strong start here. Misses outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. 85 on the gun that time. The fastball to Escala, who singled his first time, so he's 1 for 2 coming to the plate in this at bat. Swing and a miss. Outer half fastball in front of it, 1-2. One-two pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Outside fastball at 77, and well behind it. On the swing and miss was Escala. 2 strikeouts to end the 6th inning for a hot Garrett Navarra, who started the game on the Central Michigan Hill. And we go to the 7th in a 3-1 game led by the Chippewas. Back in a moment, it's Miami Baseball on Red Hawk Radio. Second baseman Mario Camilletti gets us going in the offensive half of the 7th for the Central Michigan Chippewas. Patrick Geshan back with you from inside McKie Field at Hayden Park here in Oxford, Ohio. 3-1 Central Michigan over Miami in Game 2 of our doubleheader. The first pitch by Brady McLean back out for another inning in relief for the RedHawks. Will miss for ball 1 to Camilletti. He flew out to left his last time up. This one misses low, make it 2-0. So we do see the 1, 2, and 3 spots, 2 up for Central Michigan here in the top of the 7th. Again, we're only playing 7 in this game because it is Game 2 of a doubleheader. Game 1 of the doubleheader was won by the Chippewas 5-4 earlier on today. So Camilletti, Simpson, Marcy, 1, 2, and 3 hitters, 2 up in the 7th. Next one hits the outside corner, 84-mile-per-hour pitch from McLean, and the changeup to make it 2-1. Lefty deals in McLean. Outside corner, 2-2 at 86. Another changeup. Camilletti watches go by, and now you get the shift on for the RedHawks. And we'll send Brian Zapp, the third baseman, out into shallow right field. He'll be like another second baseman out there. And you get the regular second baseman and Buzzio playing more toward the back, also in shallow right. So a heavy presence in the right side of the outfield for the RedHawks. Next pitch, 87 miles per hour over the plate, is sliced foul into the netting there from McLean. Makes it 2-2. Nobody out, base is empty here in the 7th. Top half of it, Camilletti, the 2-2 on the way to him. Misses low and in, that's 3-2 now the count. 86 that time off the hand of Zapp. Or, I'm sorry, McLean on the mound for Miami.
Wow.
3-2, lefty deals, inside, ball 4, well inside. Maybe a fastball that time from McLean in the upper 80s and reaching first base. On the walk is Camilletti to lead us off here in the 7th. As the Chippewas potentially search here for some more insurance runs. 4th time through the order for Central Michigan here in Game 2. Simpson at the plate now, the 2-hitter at shortstop today for the Chips. Runner leading off first base and Camilletti. They show bunt, pull it back here. This is low for ball 1, 1-0 off the hand of McLean as a bunt was shown by Simpson, pulling it back. Camilletti leads off first. Simpson here awaits the 1-0 pitch. He'll get a bunt down to the first base line. It's beautiful. Grabbed by the catcher. The throw to first. Tips off the glove of Kraus and goes behind him. They're going to wave around Camilletti from third. He's going to score as that ball still in shallow right field. And the air will cost the RedHawks a run. It's now a 4-1 lead for Central Michigan. Moving to second base in the play is Simpson. Don't know how they'll score. I guess there's going to be an error on this play somewhere. So the ball was bunted softly up the first base line. Catcher in back came out to play it for Miami. He threw to first base. It was in time. Kraus, though, had the ball go off the top of his glove into shallow right field. That allowed Camilletti to score all the way from first base, made his way around third, and went to the plate. And then the player that bunted the ball at bat, Justin Simpson, makes his way to second for the Chippewas. And so it is now a 4-1 lead for Central Michigan. The Chippewas still in the man in scoring position and nobody out here in the inning. Believe we'll see a pitching change here for Miami. Is now into the game for the RedHawks. And on the mound is no longer Brady McLean. It is now number 31 in red, Ryan Starr, the freshman from Avon, Ohio, the right-handed pitcher, will take over the duties here for the RedHawks. And Starr will make his 4th appearance of the season. He's pitched 5 innings this year, 3 hits. Well, yet to allow a run, 4 walks, 5 strikeouts, a double, and an ERA of 0s for the RedHawks' new pitcher in on relief. Their 3rd one out on the mound here in Game 2 of our doubleheader, and number 31, Ryan Starr. So again, just a routine bunt there by Miami, or by Central Michigan's Justin Simpson up the first base side. Pretty shallow or soft bunt, and then back came out the catcher to play it for Miami. He got the ball, threw it toward first base. It was in time to get the out for sure, but the ball on the throw went over the top of Krause's glove. He was kind of staring into the sun, trying to make that catch. The ball went off the top of his glove down the right field line. RedHawks could not get to it soon enough as Camilletti scored all the way from first base for Central Michigan on the error play to make it a 4-1 game. The error is charged to the first baseman Krause for the 2nd Miami error of the day on that play. So they rule that Simpson didn't reach on an error. And so Simpson aboard at second base, the only man on here with nobody out in the 7th inning for Central Michigan. So kind of changes the narrative of this game a little bit. Thought the RedHawks maybe would have a 2-run deficit going into the bottom of the 7th, with a good part of their lineup coming to the plate, but unfortunately that's not the case. Again, we are only playing 7 innings this afternoon in Game 2 of our doubleheader, and so Central Michigan has added a key insurance run here in the top of the 7th, taking advantage of a RedHawk error in a 4-1 game led by the Chippewas. So going into the box now to hit for Central Michigan is number 44, Jacob Marcy. And the first offering to him will hit the outside corner for strike 1 on the fastball delivered at 89 miles per hour by Ryan Starr, the freshman. Still a man at second base. That's Simpson here with nobody out in the inning for the Chippewas. 4-1 is your score. Now a 3-1 Central Michigan lead. Bunt up the first base side. This is well placed. First baseman comes out and there's no play for Krause, who picked it up at the edge of the dirt. You had the second baseman Buzzio coming over. You had the pitcher Starr coming over. Didn't matter who was going to get there. There just wasn't enough time for Krause to get that ball. A hard bunt up the first base line and make a play to first is already up the line. Beating it out on the bunt single there for Central Michigan was Jacob Marcy, the right fielder. And the bunt's really being taken advantage of by Central Michigan here in this inning. So now you get runners at the corners and nobody out in the top of the 7th in a 4-1 game led by the Chippewas. And here is the pitch thrown in. Another bunt at the first base side, but this one is foul off the bat of Lechnier. As Starr that time firing in a fastball, and Lechnier with a 3rd straight Central Michigan bunt up the first base side, but that time it went foul. That was a hard one too. Would have been more trouble for the RedHawks. Lucky for Miami that it did not go fair. So here we go with the 0-1 coming back into Lechnier. You got Simpson on 3rd, Marcy on 1st for CMU here in this 7th inning, top half of it. Swinging a chopped foul ball into the Central Michigan dugout, makes it 0-2 to Lechnier. And you got, again, just a 7-inning game, just to repeat for those maybe just joining us, not a 9-inning game because of our doubleheader. So we're in the top of the 7th now, basically the top of the 9th, when the Chippewas leading 4-1. 0-2 is the count. To the batter and Lechnier. This one bounces in the dirt, grabbed by back on the down and in pitch, kept it in front of him, but the runner moves up from 1st to 2nd. That's Marcy. So Marcy takes advantage of that bouncing pitch in on Dalton Back, who did a good job to save a run, kept the ball in front of him with his mask, deflected that away with his helmet, bounced in front of him on the dish, and then picked it up, fired over to the pitcher in Starr. But in the process, he had the runner move from first to second there in Marcy. The 1-2 pitch hits the outside corner for strike 3, and Lechner caught looking. One away.
25, Danny Westenfeld.
There's Westenfeld, who singled his last time up. Now at the plate for Central Michigan. So a nice pitch there in the outer half, looked up by Lechner, was off speed from Starr. Runners on second and third with now one out here in the top of the 7th, and the pitch hits the outside corner at 78 for strike 1. There to Westenfeld. 0-1 the count. Starr dealing in the 0-1. Outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. Simpson's at third, Marcy's on second. Long pause here before the 1-1 by Ryan Starr. Righty deals, that hits the zone, inner half. Fastball that time from Starr, middle 80s. 1-2 the count. To Westenfeld, the 5-hitter in the lineup. 2 up is Robbie Morgan, who has struck out his last 2 at-bats for the Chippewas in the 6th hole. 1-2 offering. Nailed out a play foul behind the plate. Fastball over the plate that time from Starr. Stays 1-2 to Westenfeld. Runners on second and third with 1 out. Another pitch on the way from the righty and Ryan Starr. That hits him. In on the left shoulder. Curveball that got away from Starr. Westenfeld will trot down to first. And they are loaded with 1 out in the 7th. Not a good time for a hit by pitch at all. Bases loaded. 1 out here in this 7th inning, basically the 9th. In a 4-1 game led by Central Michigan, you will have Ryan Starr now face the 6th hitter in the lineup in Morgan. First delivery to him, nailed back to the screen, foul. 0-1. So Simpson is at third. You have Marcy on second, Westenfeld at first. Here for Central Michigan. 0-1 the count to Morgan at the plate, facing Ryan Starr, the freshman. Starr deals in. Morgan fouls this one out of play into the parking lot on the first base side. 0-2. And the RedHawks have nothing going on in the bullpen. Riding or dying here at Miami with Ryan Starr. Bases loaded. Here comes the 0-2 to Morgan. In the dirt and away. 1-2. Check swing. The first base umpire says he did not go. And a great stop there by Back. Moving to his right to knock it down against the dirt. 1-2 is the count. 1 away. Huge pitch coming up here for Starr. Trying to limit the damage to 1 run in the top half of the 7th. Curveball swung and a miss. Strike 3 is called. 2 away. Curveball in the outer half to Morgan Chase. So I beg your pardon, there's 2 outs. 2 outs here in the 7th. Hayden Shepherdson is now up for the Chippewas. Will dig into the right-handed box. With still the bases loaded. Simpson at third, Marcy at second. Westenfeld is on first. 2 gone in the inning. Pitch on the way, inside, makes it 1-0. Fastball that time really hard by Starr. Getting into the upper 80s. 1-0 on the way here. Over the plate for a strike. Makes it 1 ball and 1 strike. Breaking ball that time for Starr. So the base is loaded, 2 outs here in the 7th. 1-1 pitch is on the way. Righty deals, popped up right side of the infield into foul territory, battling the sun. Kraus, the first baseman, comes in to make the catch. In foul territory, a huge foul out by Shepherdson. 2 big outs by Starr, who keeps the damage limited to 1 run for the Central Michigan Chippewas in the top of the 7th, basically the top of the 9th. In game 2 of our doubleheader here this afternoon. 4-1 lead for the Chippewas, trying to go for the sweep on the doubleheader today. How do the RedHawks respond on offense? Their final chance in the bottom of the 7th when we come back. And this is Miami Baseball on RedHawk Radio. Dalton back leads it off. Here as we go into the bottom of the 7th, basically the bottom of the 9th. In game 2 of our doubleheader this afternoon from McKie Field at Hayden Park in Oxford, Ohio. Patrick Geshan with you. 4-1 the lead for Central Michigan in the bottom half of the inning. Dalton back will take a first pitch strike on the outer half from Garrett Navarro, who started the game for Central Michigan, looking for the complete game win here for the Chippewas this afternoon. He's allowed 1 run on 4 hits, 2 errors for the Chippewas in the starts through 6th. And that'll now be 6 1/3 is back. The ground ball to third base. Shepherdson plays it on the hop, fires across the diamond for out number 1 of the 7th inning. That'll bring up the 8th spot now for Miami and Brian Zapp. Bunt, single, and strikeout for Zapp in the game so far this afternoon. So Zapp, the left-handed player, digs in here. The first pitch is nailed out to right field. This one sending the right fielder Marcy back to the wall, and it's gone. Over the right field fence for Brian Zapp. And a solo shot will make it a 4-2 game here in the bottom of the 7th. As Zapp goes yard off of Navarro.
And home run was by Brian Zapp, his first of the year.
First home run of the year they announced for Brian Zapp. You can hear it fires up the RedHawk dugout just a little bit. Brings up the 9th spot in Buzzio. That's the first home run we've seen in either game of our doubleheader this afternoon. So a walk last time up for Buzzio. Bases empty, 1 out. It's now a 2-run lead for the Chippewas. And the first pitch here will miss outside to make it 1-0. It was a fastball over the plate that Zapp launched the left-handed hitter into the right field fence. Down toward the foul line, not exactly in the corner, but in that area. Over by the Miami end out there in right field. This one will miss outside, 2-0 to count. One away here in the inning. 2-0 to Buzzio. In the air, foul ball to play on the first base side. Mentioned Navarro on the hill for Central Michigan, looking for the complete game here, but looks like the Chippewas have at least a lefty up right now in their bullpen. What is a 2-run game? 4-2 Chippewa lead. Delivery on the way. Ground ball, second base, played off the hop by Camilletti, and then it went between his legs, off his glove. Into right field, there's a base hit, or at least reaching base is Buzzio. And now for Miami, you get the tying run coming to the plate with one out here in the 7th. See how they rule it. Looks like it'll be an error. Charge to the Chippewas on the play. So Buzzio officially reaches on the error by the second baseman in Camilletti. Again, the third error by the Chippewas here in game 2. It looks like we're back to the top of the Red Hawk order. We might have a new hitter here. And we do.
RedHawks, number 40, Dom Magliocca.
It is number 40 to hit for Miami. It's Dom Magliocca from Canfield, Ohio, the freshman. So the one-out, one-on situation here. First one is fouled out of play by Magliocca into the parking lot of the first base side. Again, for the RedHawks, you have Buzzio at first. He is the only man on right now. Tying run at the plate, and Magliocca, who's pitch hitting for J.J. Woolwine, the right fielder. 0-1 on the way. This is outside. Curveball at 75 makes a 1-1 strike. A little low as well. RedHawks would not like to drop the first 3 games of the series to Central Michigan. There's a strike in the outside corner, 1-2. Fastball that time to Magliocca in a nasty position. Great spot by Navarro. A little bit low, a little bit outside. Kind of a tough place to access, but it did make it inside the zone. Big 1-2 on the way from Navarro. Lefty will deal. Swing and a miss, low and away pitch. Skips away from the catcher and Dardis, although they rule the play dead, I believe. They say not a drop third strike situation. Of course, you got the runner on second anyway. Now, is moving up was Buzzio, so he was at first, moved to second on the play. That did not allow the drop third strike situation for Magliocca. So the good news is Buzzio at second for Miami in a 4-2 game here in the bottom of the 7th, the last inning of this game. And you get Brokemont now on the plate, the tying run for Miami with 2 out. Brokemont has reached twice in the game today, including a bunt single in the first inning. First offering to him outside. Skips in front of Dardis, the catcher who knocked it down, makes it 1-0. (4-2) Central Michigan lead. RedHawks trying to knock down this 2-run lead held by the Chippewas. 1-0 from Navarro, going for the complete game. This is line down the right field line. It is a foul ball, and by inches foul. 2 inches foul to the right of the right field line for Brokemont on the liner into the outfield. So it's a 1-1 strike, 2 gone in the 7th. Still at second base is Buzzio here for Miami. A game that's only seen each team produce 5 hits each here in game 2 of this doubleheader. 1-1 pitch is on the way to Benji Brokman. Lefty Navarro resets here on the mound. He'll deal. Outside, 2-1, missed low, 276. On the gun that time from Navarro. Navarro resets on the mound, stares in for the sign. Glance back to the runner at second base in Buzzio. 2-1 pitch on the way. Buzzio moving up to third. It's a strike. Throw down to third. Skips into left field. Buzzio moving up toward home. Shortstop picks up the ball, throws home, and he is out. A throw out at home on a greedy. Blake Buzzio will end the game 2 of our doubleheader as Central Michigan will take it 4-2. The RedHawks try to steal Buzzio from second to third. The pitch was inside corner for a strike, looked at by the batter Brokman. The throw went past the third baseman, deflected its way into left field. It went past Shepherdson, went off his glove into left field. And then the shortstop Simpson went over to pick up the ball. He threw it home, and Darnus applied the tag as Buzzio tried to make his way home there on the play and get greedy. He was thrown out at home as Simpson, a great throw from short by Central Michigan. Darnus applying the tag, and going home, getting thrown out at home was Buzzio for Miami to end us here in Game 2 of our doubleheader today. 4-2 is your final. Central Michigan wins it over Miami. We're out for an 8th inning. I thought we only played 7 here, but I guess, are we playing 8 or 9? Teams are back out there for the 8th inning, so maybe we're playing 9 here in this doubleheader Game 2, and I was not aware of that. Nobody told me. I was told we were playing 7 today, so I think we're playing 8 and 9 innings, so I beg your pardon, the game is not over. It is a 4-2 lead for Central Michigan going into the 8th. So I thought all along, I was told all along that we were playing 7 innings in this game today in Game 2 of our doubleheader, but that is not the case. We are going to play on to an 8th and 9th, so stay with us if you're still interested. Is back out on the hill for the top of the 8th inning for the RedHawks to pitch is Ryan Starr. You have number 26 for the Chippewas, Colton Kolka batting. So it is the 8, 9, and 1 hitters here for the Chippewas at the plate at the top of the 8th inning. Beg your pardon, I thought we were done after 7. That's what everybody was mentioning. It's what I was told, but I guess we're playing 2 more. Maybe that was a decision by the coaches or something like that. Maybe the rule has changed, I'm not sure, but unaware of this. And we apologize. Moving on here to the 8th and 9th. So the 1-0 to Kolka, who took the first one low, will take the next one right down the middle at 89 miles per hour to make the count 1 ball and 1 strike. Base is empty, nobody out. Top of the 8th. Righty Star deals up and in. 2-1 to Kolka, who was 0 for 3 or 0 for 2 today with a walk. Grounded out to second is the last time up. DH Kolka has a 2-1 count here. Star will deal to righty. Outside corner, 2-2. Two misses blown away, 3 balls and 2 strikes. So Kolka here, the righty, twirls the bat around, puts it on his right shoulder, ready for the 3-2. This is low. Ball 4, the walk to Star. Or by Star to Kolka to lead off our 8th inning.
In the game to play in right field, number 40, Dom Magliacca. Now the next batter for the Chips, number 23, Nick Dardis.
Nick Dardis, the catcher, now up in the 9th spot this afternoon for Central Michigan. Want to mention that Dom Magliocca, who came into the game as a pinch hitter for J.J. Woolwine there in the number 1 spot in the lineup, back in that 7th inning, is now playing right field, so Magliocca takes over Woolwine's defensive duties in right. Is Coca here as at first base. You have Dardis at the plate for Central. First delivery to him is a foul tip up the third base line out of play. 0-1. Still sunny out here as we're in the late afternoon into the evening in Oxford, Ohio. 59 degrees. A little bit of wind blowing out toward right. Oh, 1. Foul tip to the screen behind the plate, makes it 0-2. Another 0-2 here is on the way. Long time by Dardis between pitches here, resetting his batting gloves. As Coco leads off first. Only man on right now for Central Michigan. Righty deals, up and in. There's a ball, makes it 1-2. 79 miles per hour that time from Starr. One-two on the outer half for strike 3 looked at. Something off speed, believe a changeup at 80 miles per hour there from Starr. And it will get the strikeout here. Dardis retired. Back to the top. We go of the Central Michigan order, and it's Mario Camilletti who walked his last time up. Second baseman digs in. It will be the 5th time through the Chippewa order in this game. Still got Coca hanging out over there at first. Camilletti into the batter's box. Faces the right-handed pitcher here. It's Starr. First delivery outside to make it 1-0. Fastball that time by Starr, missed outside. Outside 2-0. 87 that time. Curveball that never made its way across the plate. So that man on first base in Coca. 1 out. Delivery on the way. Down and in. 3-0. Camilletti, lefty against righty in this at bat. Camilletti, the left-handed hitter. See what they do here in the 3-0. Does he have the green light or not? Hits the outside corner, 3-1. Good fastball there at 89 from Starr, who nails the outside black. Starr taking his time here in this 8th inning. 3-1 on the way. Up and away. Not even close. And there's ball 4, but runners on first and second with 1 out here in the inning. Number 10, Justin Simpson to the plate for Central Michigan. Reached second on an error his last time up. Camilletti has walked multiple times today now for Central Michigan. Bunt is shown, pulled back in the first pitch. No curveball there in the outer half. It's 78 for the ball to make it 1-0. No action currently in the Miami bullpen that I can see from out here. This one will hit the inside corner. Make it 2-0. Or 1 ball and 1 strike, I should say. So you got Koch at second base. First base has Camilletti for Central, and at the plate here is Simpson. 1-1 offering. Ground ball chopped to first base. Grabbed on the hop there, and bobbling it was the first baseman Krause, able to still flip onto the pitcher Starr, who came in last second to grab it and tag the bag for the out. So retired on the play is Simpson at the last possible moment. That generates our second out here at the top of the 8th inning. Krause grabbed the ball initially, but bobbled it, dropped it behind him, and then coming in there for support and to get the out was the pitcher, and Starr moved over.
Intentional walk issued to Marcy.
So number 44, Jacob Marcy, is intentionally walked here by Miami.
Jacob Donahue.
So he was supposed to be due up next as the 3-hitter, so they intentionally walked Jacob Marcy. Drew Lechnier is now at the plate for Central Michigan, the 4-hitter in the lineup, who grounded out in a double play his last time up. The first pitch here misses outside for a ball, make it 1-0. Bases are loaded with the intentional walk now to Marcy. And this one hits him in the back. Fastball there that got away from Starr. And scoring on the play is Koka from third. Hit by pitch by Starr. Bases stay loaded here with 2 outs in the top of the 8th. Now a 5-2 lead for Central Michigan. So next up to the plate is Westenfeld for Central. First baseman bats here with the bases loaded, 2 outs in the top half of the 8th inning. What has just been a backbreaker for Miami today has been some of their defensive decisions, and then pitching as well. Just has not really gone the RedHawks' way a lot of times today. Especially here in Game 2, it hasn't been the most consistent that it could be. Two men out in the 8th. Pitch here will hit the outside corner, strike 1. As Westenfeld digs in, watches the curveball go by in the outer half there from Ryan Starr. Bases still loaded here with 2 men out in the 8th. In the air toward right center field. This ball will get down in the gap. 1 run is in. 2 runs are in. Waving around a 3rd run. The throw coming in, and that run is in. A 3-run RBI double here in the top of the 8th inning. Scoring a triple there. Danny Westenfeld puts Central up 8-2. Just your standard gapper to the right center field area. And the Chippewas have taken a 6-run lead off Ryan Starr here in the inning. And now you got a meeting at the mound for the RedHawks. Morgan due up next for Central Michigan is Westenfeld. Picks up a clutch 3 RBI double there. To the right center field gap that scored 3 runs. And a long meeting here at the mound. Danny Hayden is not out. It's an assistant out for the RedHawks. Looks like Starr is not going to be pulled just yet. They're going to keep him out there. Now you got action in the bullpen. A righty is throwing for Miami. If you remember, for the longest time, there was not a pitcher throwing or warming up in the Miami bullpen. But finally, that is the case. A righty is up. Beg your pardon, I can't see who it is from my angle. I can only tell that it's a righty. 2 away here in the top of the 8th inning. A runner at second base after a bases clearing double. And it scored 3 runs. There by Westenfeld. First pitch to Robbie Morgan will miss away for ball 1 off the hand of Starr. One-0. Outside curveball hits the corner. 1 ball and 1 strike from Starr. Outside, skips away, goes to the backstop. Moving up to third is the runner in Westenfeld. Curveball that missed away there from Starr. And he got past the RedHawk catcher and vaulted back. Tell you what, Chippewas have just blown open this game. Here in this top of the 8th inning. Popped up on the 2-1. This is shallow in the infield. Pitcher Starr called it off, then let go of it. And coming in to make the catch is Zapp, the third baseman for Miami, to end a long top of the 8th inning. What I meant when he let go of it, I meant he let go of calling it off, said I don't have it, and then Zapp came in to make the catch just behind the pitcher's mound for Miami. In a 4-run 8th inning for Central Michigan, they lead it now 8-2 over Miami. Go to the bottom half of the 8th inning. From Oxford, Ohio, RedHawks see how they can respond on offense. And this is Miami Baseball on Red Hawk Radio. 1 ball and 1 strike is the count to Benji Brokemont as we are back here to McKie Field in Hayden Park. Benji Brokemont leads off the bottom of the 8th inning for Miami against a new Central Michigan pitcher. Garrett Navarra ends his outing after 7 innings where he allows 2 hits on 5 runs and 2 errors. 1-2 is the count to Brokemont. It's a lefty out there now for the Chippewas. Ground ball to second base. Throw to the pitcher who gets there in time for the out. First baseman dove to his right for the ball. Did not come up with it in Westenfeld, so Camilletti, the second baseman, came up with it behind him in shallow right and threw to the pitcher who moved over and got the throw over toward first base for the out. As Cole Andrews now steps up to the plate for Miami with 1 gone here in the inning. By the way, that pitcher for Central Michigan now into the game is number 11, Adam Rakic, a freshman from Howell, Michigan. The lefty, hard-throwing lefty, will deliver a pitch here to the right of Andrews to make it 1-0. Next one on the way, inside corner. 1 ball and 1 strike. Ground ball left side, foul to play, makes it 1-2. There to Andrews. Swing and a miss on the 1-2 by Andrews. Outside fastball. And he now creates the second out here of the inning for Miami. It is a nice strikeout throw there to the outer half of the plate and a swing and miss off the right hand of Adam Rakic. So next up to the plate for Miami, Steven Krause, the 4th hitter in the lineup and first baseman. This is outside there to make it 1-0 on the first pitch from Rakic. Righty deals. This one is in the left field for a base hit past the diving third baseman Shepherdson. And rounding around first base is Steven Krause with a single here and a 2-out single in the bottom of the 8th to keep the inning alive. Looks like we'll see a new hitter in the 5 spot now for Miami. And a pinch hitter will be number 18. It appears in red for the RedHawks. It'll be Aaron Massey, the redshirt freshman from Evansville, Indiana.
Pinch hitter for the RedHawks. Stepping to the plate, number 18. Aaron Massey.
So he'll take over in the 5 spot from the left fielder Neibauer. With a man on first base here and 2 men out in the inning, that is Steven Krause. Pitch here will be on the outside corner for strike 1. It is 0-1 to Massey. Check swing for a strike, 0-2. I think the pitch was over the outside corner anyway. Another throw down low, makes 1 ball and 2 strikes. No check swing that time for Massey who thought about it. So it stays 1-2. Leading off of first base there is Krause. This one misses outside of the curveball, 2-2. 75 miles per hour that time off the hand of Rakic. Adam Rakic for Central Michigan is making his 4th appearance of the year. Swing and a miss. Fastball outer half to retire the side here in the bottom of the 8th. As chasing on that one is the pinch hitter in Massey for Miami. And you're now going to the top of the 9th inning in an 8-2 game led here by the Chippewas. We'll return to the plate when we come back to McKie Field. And this is Miami Baseball on Red Hawk Radio. Hayden Shepherdson digs in for Central Michigan, the third baseman, to get us going here in the top half of the ninth inning. From McKie Field, he'll face a new Red Hawk pitcher. First pitch is up and in for a strike, delivered here from that Red Hawk pitcher, who is now number 35 into the game, Lazaro Marquez from St. Charles, Illinois. As out, his day is done, is Ryan Starr on the hill for the RedHawks. Ground ball foul, third base side, off the bat here of Shepherdson, the third baseman. As Lazaro Marquez takes over, 6'1", 207, freshman from St. Charles, Illinois. Making his second pitching appearance of the year. He pitched 2 innings at Indiana on March 1st in a Red Hawk loss, gave up 3 hits to the Hoosiers. Ground ball foul, third base side out of play to make it 1-2 here to Shepherdson. One-two hits Shepherdson in the arm. And he will go down to first base. Breaking ball that never did really break back to the plate off the hand there of Marquez. So next up to the plate for Central Michigan is Coca. And he deals inside to make it 1-0. This one skips off the plate, goes behind the plate, moving up to second there. Is going to be Shepherdson for Central Michigan, moving from first to second as Koga has a 2-0 count. Watch that one go in the dirt in front of him. Is nailed foul, third base side of the play, left side. Makes it 2-1 here to Coca. Get an 8-2 lead for Central Michigan here as we are in the top of the ninth inning. Chippewas trying to take both games of our doubleheader here this afternoon. They won the first one 5-4 over Miami. Two one on the way. Outside, 3-1. Still got Shepherdson up there at second base. Righty in Marquez will deal. 3-1 to Coca. Swing and a miss. Outer half fastball, 3-2 at 86. And Coca here will have a full count coming his way with Shepherdson still on second base. Nobody out in the top half of the ninth. Three-two. And on the hands, little pop-up right side of the infield, moving back into the shallow outfield grass with the catch is the second baseman in Buzzio. He's got it for the first out of the ninth. And you got coming to the plate, number 23 for the Chippewas. That's Nick Dardis, the catcher in the 9 spot, who struck out his last time up. One away, top half of the 9th inning. Runner at second base in Shepherdson. Inside corner for a strike. It's 0-1. We go back to the top of the Central Michigan order on deck here. Camilletti will hit next. Next pitch on the way, lifted high in the air to left field. It sends Neinbauer back to the wall, and the track will make the catch. It had a chance to go out, but not quite enough. And then you got staying at second base Shepherdson here with 2 men out in the 9th. Back to the top of the Chippewa order. Camilletti is up next. Was walked a couple of times in his last at-bats. So Camilletti into the left-handed batter's box here. With the runner on second base and Shepherdson and 2 men out. Just thrown and fouled right side out of play on the first base side to make it 0-1. Oh, 1. Outside corner fastball at 83. It's 0-2. Two outs here in the top of the 9th. 0-2 on the way from Marquez. Inside and low, 1 ball, 2 strikes. There's a fastball that time from Marquez. It just went over the plate, but low. So a 1-2 is on the way. Get 2 out here in the 9th. Pitch is on the way from Marquez. Inside corner, looked out for strike 3. Slider at 81, got him looking. And Camilletti down on strikes. We will go to the bottom of the 9th. From Oxford, Ohio, 8-2 lead Central Michigan over Miami. Can the RedHawks mount somewhat of a miraculous comeback in Game 2 of our doubleheader? We will find out momentarily. Stay tuned, bottom of the 9th coming up in an 8-2 game. And this is Miami Baseball here on Red Hawk Radio. Willie Escala will bat here in the bottom half of the ninth inning to lead us off for Miami in a game that the RedHawks trail 8-2. He's out to face Adam Marakic, who's out for another inning of work in his relief appearance, and the first one is a strike over the plate to Escala to give us an 0-1 count. Next one outside and low to make it 1 ball and 1 strike. 8-2 lead again, 6 runs. This is the advantage for Central Michigan. The 1-1 is up and away, 2 balls and 1 strike. Two and 1 is the count to Escala. We'll see Escala back and Zap to up in the inning for Miami. Swing and a miss. Outer half pitch, 2-2. Two on the way, is in on the hands, lifted into right field. This is playable for the right fielder, makes the catch. And Marcy for out number 1 here of our bottom of the 9th inning. Routine fly ball out to right.
Number 9, Dalton back.
Sends Dalton back, the catcher to the plate for Miami. With a 1 out. Right-hander, or left-hander, I should say, Marakic will deal over the outside corner, make it 0-1. 0-1 deal, swing and a miss. 0-2. Two is outside, 1 ball, 2 strikes. One, two, ground ball to the left of third base, out of play. So back is another 1-2 coming his way. And with a 1 out in the inning. Outside, misses, 2-2. Curveball that time, not enough over the plate at 79 miles per hour from Marakic. Swing and a miss, strike 3, fastball upper part. 2 gone in the 9th on the K there. 2 back, and that'll bring up the 8 spot. And Brian Zapp here for Miami. Home run last time in the game for Zapp. With a right field fence back in the 7th inning. Was the 2nd Miami run of the day. Shows bunt and will hold the bat over the plate on the strike. They're trying to pull it back, but did not do so in time. Zapp did not, so it's an 0-1 count. One inside, 1 ball and 1 strike. Sun's starting to set here in Oxford. A great day for baseball, though temperatures kind of cooling off a bit in the lower 50s now. We were in the 60s most of the day. Inside to Zapp, it's 2-1. Two one, lifted foul behind the plate, up and out of play. 2-2 now to Zapp. The RedHawks are in. We're down to their final strike in the game this afternoon. Or evening, I should say now. Two-two. Outside 3-2. A little bit low as well, the fastball that time from Marakic. Lefty Marakic will deal. 3-2 pitch to Zapp. Inside miss for ball 4. And Zapp will walk, keep the RedHawks alive just a little bit longer. So now 1 man on, 2 outs. It is Zapp at first. Buzzio to the plate now for Miami. First pitch to him is a swing and a miss for strike 1. A 1 nailed up the middle for a base hit. And this will get Buzzio aboard here. Zapp moving up to second on the base hit. So you got 2 outs now here in the inning and runners on first and second in an 8-2 game led by Central Michigan. And out to the plate, we're back to the top of the Miami order, and Dom Magliocca, who pinch hit back in the 7th inning for J.J. Woolwine to take over the top spot in right field for Miami. Timeout is called before the first pitch there from Rakic. Looks like there is a lefty up right now in the Central bullpen. So I'm going to miss on the first one, 0-1. Here's the count here to Magliocca. Outside corner, 0-2. So the RedHawks again down to their final strike. 0-2 pitch to Magliocca as Rakic stares in for the sign with runners at first and second. Delivery's a swing and a miss on the outer half for strike 3, and that'll do it in game 2 of our doubleheader. 8-2 your final. Central Michigan over Miami. The Chippewas have won the first 3 games of this series, and they took both in the doubleheader here this afternoon and evening against the Miami RedHawks. 8-2 your final in game 1, 5-4, or 8-2 your final in game 2, and 5-4 your final in game 1. Central Michigan winning both over the Miami RedHawks here this afternoon and into the evening. 8-2 your final in game 2. The Chippewas put it together. Pretty impressive day offensively. And Central Michigan will improve to 8-8 overall. With this win, they're now 4-1 in the MAC, jumping into second place in the conference. The RedHawks are now 7-10 overall. They're now 4-3 in the MAC. As the RedHawks started the day in second place, they have now dropped to third with a pair of MAC losses on the day today for Miami. So again, 8-2 your final. Central Michigan win the win over the RedHawks in game 2. We appreciate you joining us for one or both games here during our doubleheader today. Really thank you for spending a part of your Sunday with us. And we'll see you next time for more Miami baseball here on RedHawk Radio when the RedHawks return home for their next home series for Miami on the baseball diamond. And that next home series will take place for Miami not for a little bit. It'll be our next home game. Actually, it'll be on April the 5th. That's a Tuesday against a to-be-determined opponent in the Nuxhall Classic. So that'll be our next home game baseball broadcast here on RedHawk Radio. And then the RedHawks roll into a home series that weekend, April 8th through the 10th. A 4-game set with Eastern Michigan. So our next baseball game will be April the 5th when you hear from McKie Field at Hayden Park. So until then, again, appreciate you for tuning in for one or both games today. Patrick Geshan saying so long, good afternoon, good night from Oxford, Ohio. 8-2 your win for Central Michigan here in game 2 of the doubleheader. Chippewas take both. See you next time. Thanks for listening to this presentation of Miami baseball here on RedHawk Radio.